how Larry Ellison became the undisputed king of the database. Stick around to find out.
This is a continuous improvement movement reserved for the few with the grit to prove it. Everybody claim, but the click exclusive. Many pursue, but it's too elusive.
Larry Ellison, the samurai of Silicon Valley, has some very impressive accomplishments. One of them is growing Oracle from a tech startup to a $200 billion company. Also, very interesting, he bought the island of Lanai in Hawaii for $300 million in 2012. And finally, his net worth is over $238 billion. Calvin, what is his secret sauce?
Okay, so Larry Ellison, the undisputed king of the database, secret sauce is point of use supply. Again, I'm digging in my lean toolbox here. And there's a few reasons why I say that. Number one, the concept of databases, period, right? It's bringing information to the point of use. So he's the guy who commercialized relational databases. Number two, strategic acquisitions. He was one of the guys who pioneered the mergers and acquisitions in the tech industry, bringing complementary companies under the Oracle umbrella or portfolio. And last but not least, of course, is cloud services. This is a big focus for Oracle, along with some other big players. We'll get to them later. But yeah, what cloud is essentially doing is saying, hey, we're not going to make your information dependent on your device. We're taking it off the device, putting it on the cloud. So any device connected to the internet, now you've got your information, once again, point of use. So there you go. Larry Ellison, undisputed king of the database, secret sauce, point of use supply.
That is great. I like that analogy, point of view storage, just providing the information very efficiently. So let's talk a little bit more about commercializing relational databases. What can you tell me about that?
You know, a lot of people don't realize that our tech or digital lives are built on the infrastructure that is databases. Like any software you use, whether it's, you know, social media apps or banking or, you know, on your computer, you're storing things in a file structure. All of those are built on databases. And again, Oracle is the granddaddy of the database, right? Kind of took it from an idea, a concept, and really commercialized it and made it into really the backbone that the tech industry runs on.
You know, and I love how this story of the database came to be. It's like, or Oracle, it's like when two stars align in order for something to happen, because Larry was working at the CIA in a project nicknamed Oracle. And what they were trying to do is build something that allowed them to have fast access to information.
Right.
So that project wasn't working out very well. Larry left, and he saw on the newspaper an article published by IBM. And IBM was describing a database.
Right.
And they weren't running with it in their business. So Larry said, let me run with it. So he hired the engineers and everything he needed to start this company. And he started it with $1,200.
Right. Right.
Put that into perspective.
Yeah.
$1,200. Now this company is worth over $200 billion.
Yeah, just shows the kind of value that can be brought by tech, right? The kind of immense growth opportunity that tech brings. Obviously, it brought Larry enormous financial growth, but for industry at large, you know, there's just so much untapped opportunity, right, for there. Now, the thing about databases is kind of the latest and greatest tech advancement of the late 90s and the 2000s, right? They're now saying that AI is the new database.
Yeah.
Right? So
or the new internet.
Is the new new internet, that too, right? In fact, databases paved the way for AI. Like without databases and all the training and all the knowledge base that AI now feeds off of, databases have created that large wealth of data and information for AI to even be possible today.
That's right. So let's move on to strategic acquisitions. How did strategic acquisitions play a role in growing Larry Ellis's empire or Oracle's empire when it were how it relates to the point of use storage?
So if you think like Oracle was growing up, right? To your point, Larry was doing a project with the CIA, and then it turned into what it turned into something greater, right? And that's just Oracle for what it was. But in order for Oracle to grow and become the behemoth that we know it today, they had to acquire a lot of complementary companies. And essentially bringing those capabilities and those skill sets and those peoples and those people and those customer bases under one portfolio that is Oracle, bringing all that into the point of use of Oracle and all of Oracle's customers. So
And you know what
yeah,
motivated that, Calvin?
I
It
have an idea.
was,
Yeah,
yes, it was Bill Gates
yeah.
with Microsoft because Microsoft was number one on the market and they were putting their Windows 95 in every personal computer. And Larry Ellis was like, I'm number two. I don't want to be number two. How do I become number one? So that's what drove him to start acquiring companies to be able to compete technologically. And they acquire companies like PeopleSoft, Sun Microsystems, and NetSuite.
Yeah. You open with the tagline, he's the samurai of Silicon Valley. There is a real reason for that. I mean, this guy was a ruthless competitor. And although we talk about continuous improvement tools and we profile certain people who have had tremendous success in their careers, and I think the undercurrent of every one of them is this ruthless competitor mentality. And
Ruthless.
one of the things that jumped out to me as I was studying him is one of his coworkers or counterparts said that Larry went and studied business in Japan, and one of the things he learned is the competitive nature of business there. And he said the way Japanese companies look at competition is if they don't have 100% market share, they're failing, right? 100%, which, in some places is illegal, but still, right, it's the mentality. And they said, hey, any amount of success your competitor is having is the same as stealing food or stealing rice from the mouths of your children, right? It's that level of fierceness and ruthlessness when it comes to competition. And Larry kind of learned that. He brought that to the tech world.
Calvin, let's talk about cloud services.
Yeah.
So nowadays, cloud services is just the way to go. We know about AWS, Microsoft Azure. Where does Oracle play when it comes to cloud services?
You named two of the big ones. The other big one is Google Cloud. They're a big player in that space. I think Amazon kind of took the lead, but Oracle is putting a tremendous amount of focus in becoming a serious competitor in the cloud computing space. And if you think about what cloud computing really is it's kind of taking the apps and their related databases off of your device, your phone, your computer, whatever device you have, and storing it on the cloud, which is basically a warehouse full of computers also. So instead of you needing to get to your computer to get to your app or get to your database to get your information, banking information, whatever it is, you can access this information from any device. So no longer are you dependent on the specific device. All you need is some login credentials and access to the internet, and boom, there you go. So bringing again your information even closer to the point of use. Even if you don't have access to your specific, phone or computer, you can still get what you need.
I love that. And this cloud computer, I think the internet was always Larry's idea of how the world should run since he started Oracle.
Yeah.
Because remember, he even came up like with this little personal computer that was an internet computer where it was like this big and you can get in there to read your email and navigate the internet for way less that you will buy a personal, a PC.
Yeah. And email is also another database application.
Yes.
But you know what this reminds me of? This little internet machine, basically, is the Chromebook.
The Chromebook. He was just very ahead of his time.
He was just way ahead of his time, and he was on Oprah presenting the his version of what looks like now a Chromebook,
which was pretty much like a cell phone with a keyboard.
Kinda, yeah. It was like a little tablet kind of thing, screen and keyboard kind of thing, and it was supposed to be like an internet machine. Just get on the internet and do what you need to do on the internet. So you can see the guy's clearly a visionary. Can see where things are going long before it actually goes there, and he's getting ahead of the game, kind of accelerating, right? We talk about being accelerators as continuous improvement people. He's definitely an accelerator of the way the world was going, and he sort of brought it to existence long before his time.
So there you have it. Larry Ellison's secret sauce is point of use storage. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's get better every day, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you. For daily news on operational excellence and how it relates to current events, check us out on the Ticket to Freedom podcast.
Simply subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay up to date on the latest developments in continuous improvement.